My foot just got caught. Steroids. Like, why are you saying that? What was I gonna say? There's a man waving at me. I grew up with a bodybuilder dad, so I was born into a bodybuilding family basically. And that meant I spent most of my time in the gym. My daycare was a renovated sauna because we went to a really hardcore bodybuilding gym. All the guys were pretty jacked, and that's just kind of what I'm comfortable with. Long story short, I thought it would be a good series to go into lessons I learned from my bodybuilder dad. Today's lesson is something that my dad would always say, which is there's always going to be someone bigger and better than you. They are not you, right? And so, wow, I really hope that you guys can hear me because I'm huffing and puffing. My foot just got caught. Maybe as a woman or just a human in general, we often compare ourselves to others. Even my dad, who was almost 300 pounds of muscle, 6 foot, very handsome, would still feel insecure at times. He did a really good job of shrugging off what people said, but it still got to him. You might be at the top today and then at the bottom tomorrow. So I think that's really important, because if you are basing your self-worth off of how much weight I lost, how many followers I have, how pretty I am, how smart I am, how dumb I am, you're probably never gonna compare, because there's only one person who's the top of that, and that doesn't even last very long for the top of the top. C-Bum, for example, the top of the top, right? Not the top of the top anymore, even though he is in our hearts. So that's what we have to look at. Why are you the best person to yourself and others? Not because of what you accomplished, how you're doing that day, but how you are living your life. So for me, I really pride myself on being really well-rounded. I'm not, anybody who's gonna hear that's gonna be like, girl, no, you're not. I do have a pretty extreme personality, but I feel like I'm pretty well-rounded in just my overall way of living. I like to have fun, like to go out sometimes, like to eat junk food sometimes, and also like to eat clean sometimes. And I feel like for me, that's really important, because I have such a big personality that it's really important for me to keep that normalcy of just my everyday life, and anytime that goes out of order, I can start to feel it. So anyways, getting back to the point is, it's so easy to compare ourselves, our progress to others, and you really have to tell yourself you are so unique that why would what one person does work for you? It legit wouldn't. It's important to also surround yourself with people who can check you, hey, Ruby, I feel like you're focusing a little bit too much on getting lean, where's your butt? Or I really like your spunkiness about you, trying to work on this part of your personality, work on this. So anyways, I think what I'm trying to say is it's important to have people who can keep you accountable and who know who you are, and you should be celebrated for who you are too. It's a gift to be with you. It's a gift to have people in your life, and it's a gift to them to have you in their life. So keep that in mind. Just when I have a community surrounding me and people who can hold me to it. And with that, I know that not everybody comes from the same background or has the same morals or has the same leaders. I wanted to start doing my own coaching. I do online fitness coaching for diet, for exercise, but also to be an accountability buddy, to push you past your comfort zone, because I believe in you. And sometimes maybe you don't believe in yourself, but others can, and they can push you to your fullest potential. DM me workout, and I will send you all the details on what it looks like to work with me as your coach. Moving along, another thing that I think my dad taught me is to never take yourself too seriously. And I definitely need to do some checks and balance here, because if you take life seriously, it's not gonna be fun. And the goal isn't always to like have fun per se, but it is to enjoy like what you're doing. So my dad, obviously, like to the outsider looking in, was very intimidating, was just an intimidating person. But as soon as you got to talk to him, he would open up and he was just like a giant teddy bear. And I feel like I definitely took on this. I think I have like, unfortunately, a resting bitch face. Let me see if I can do it. I'm trying to just like stay still instead of like do a bitch face, because I can also do a bitch face. But anyways, as you can see, like as soon as I open my mouth, I feel like I'm a way more inviting person, and which can be unfortunate because for people in the gym, I'm probably just like the bitch, or even outsiders. But anyways, you can't take your life so seriously. You can't worry about what others are gonna think of you all the time, because if you live your life like that, you're living for someone else. I'm so out of breath. Dad literally dressed up for a living. He was Mr. Incredible, and he would go around bodybuilding expos being like this silly guy. And in the bodybuilding community, it can be kind of like serious. At least it used to be, like rivalries, and yes, it's a community, but it's also like competitive in its own right, and it's like a circle. So, and I think that's like what set him apart, is like making his life not so consumed by one thing, or it is consumed by that, but you're bringing elements of your other personality into that. So what I hope to accomplish with my coaching and just my life is like, yeah, I want to be the best in what I do in coaching, in influencing, in bodybuilding, but I also, like, no one remembers who won once one year. And unless you're like the greatest of all time, you're gonna win once, if any. And what people actually remember others by is their integrity, who they are at their core, if they spread joy, and if they don't. And I just think it's a good lesson to never take yourself so seriously. And if I took what everyone else in here thought, I would just be a little mouse in the corner, not having an opinion to say. And that's not like only unique to women or men. That's just like, no one really like actually is going to celebrate you unless you give them a reason to, you know? Like, nothing in life is given to you, and if it is given to you, you're not gonna want it. This is like all about my dad, but you know, I want to give you a good foundation of who I am. And so another thing that he used to say is, fuck, I forgot. What was I gonna say? Remember, if it was easy, everybody would have it. If it was easy, everybody would literally have it. It wouldn't be important that you were skinny or fat or muscular or beautiful. If everyone's beautiful and muscular, nobody is beautiful or muscular. Like, it takes a lot of work to get to what you want, and that's what makes it worth fighting for or trying to earn. Because we all know, like, if we got a grade on a test because we cheated, we don't like feel accomplished. But if we sat down, worked really hard, and proved to ourselves that, like, yeah, we are smart and we can accomplish it, it feels 10 times better. What actually makes you feel good is like walking around in shape, fit every day, and without even having to open up your mouth, you're going to be someone that others look up to, just purely because they can see that you take care of at least one aspect in your life. I think that's like another thing that Arnold used to say too, is like, people know he worked hard just by looking at him. And when you are successful, like, people will definitely try to drag you down. Like, the amount of times when I was a young girl and someone would walk by my dad and go, steroids, is insane. And it's really sad because, like, why are you saying that? And he would always say to us, like, they're saying this to me, but I'm not going up to them going like, why did you eat that Twinkie? did you order that double quarter pounder? People feel okay diminishing others who are successful, but they don't feel okay diminishing others that have nothing. Obviously that's like jealousy, greed, whatever, but yeah, you'd literally just be at the airport, balding dude would be like, steroids, and it's like, no fucker, like, it takes so much to get to a level of success, and whether that's money, bodybuilding, coaching, anything in life, being a mom, like, it takes a lot more than people want to let on. But again, that's the goal. The goal is that it does take a lot of work, that you can push past those breaking points and those hard points, because if it was easy, everyone would do it. If it was easy, everybody would have it. Okay guys, I'm almost at the end of my cardio section. I'm doing, already did, oh my goodness, 25 minutes on the stair stepper. Stair stepper stopped. So I'll show you my little count. Haven't done enough so you guys can just hear me, but 7, almost 20 minutes. Again, I had 5 minutes in the bank. Believe me or don't believe me, but I hope this helped. If you like my vibe and feel like you can learn from me, I'm a 6-time national champion in the sport of Olympic lifting and a 2-time world team member competing for Team USA, and would like to, you know, have more insight on actually like how I achieve my goals, my ideal body, my ideal look. DM me at workout on my Instagram page, which is Ruby Barbell. My name is Ruby Bell Hammond. So Barbell is BARBELLE at the end. Okay guys, I'm going to be consistent with these little there's a man waving at me, but I'm gonna start being consistent with posting YouTube videos. Maybe they're not the highest quality, but I think what's more important than the quality that I'm giving you is the quality of my words. So talk to you later. Have a good day. And remember, I don't even know what my like slogan will be, but I don't know, this guy is like, I think, being silly. Anyways, it's surprisingly simple to achieve your goals. It just takes one day at a time, an actual goal in mind, write it down, get it done. If you want help achieving your goals, again, DM me workout at Ruby Barbell, my Instagram. Always here to help. Love you. Bye.